Hello, I'm Victor Bill and welcome to Factorio, episode 2. Today we're going to be continuing to construct our factory. So let's get in. Load her up. You can see I've got a few games in here. This is our game. See where we left off. Yep, it's going to probably give us these hints. I'll just click that. We don't need to see the hints. And as you can see, we've had an update. There's not a whole lot in the update, lots of bug fixes. I did quickly skim over the README. It's not something we particularly care too much about. Actually gonna set like a quick episode timer because I always forget to do that before I actually start recording. How long do we want to go for? 20 minutes? Sounds good. Alright, let's see what we can do. So we have been, obviously it looks like we've been mining some things, so we want to take our automation to the next level. First though, what it looks like we need is more of these electric mining drills. Let's just cook up a couple of them, a few electric poles, and we'll automate our iron collection. That would probably be a good one to go with. We'll just wait for those guys to finish crafting. What we can do as well, while we're waiting, is well, it looks like this is going to be done pretty quickly, actually. You know what? We'll do our coal first, because coal is pretty important. We want to get that all in as quickly as possible. Let's just move this over a little bit. There we go. So we want our coal to always feed into these. So we'll start off by chucking a few of these inserters down up here. You could arrange this any way you like, as long as these are pointing at the inventory that they are going to insert into. Then we're going to get a couple of these conveyors. We're just going to go boop, boop, boop. Turn them that way with R. And one thing you want to do is you don't want to have them go this last square, because they'll sort of stop here and then they can be collected. It's just a little bit of an efficiency thing. You'll see, I'll show you exactly what that does. Here we go, just give it some power. So they have power now. And we just need one more inserter to take stuff out of this inventory. Boop. And there we go. So now we've automated our coal inserting. But we've already filled these up with coal, so there's not much is going to happen there. Let's throw some materials in, shall we? Start getting those cooked up again. Let's take up that coal out, and you see it goes boom boom, and it's full up with coal. The interesting thing to note is that they only keep a minimum amount in. They don't fill up inventories completely. They'll wait until I don't know if it must be some sort of preset thing for each machine, but they just won't fill up all the way, which is good because we don't want to be inefficient with our coal. Because if we have to pick up a machine, we don't want to have to take all of the, too much coal or too many resources with us. Alright, so let's make some power lines, shall we? We want to go down to where our iron reserves are, which is down here. Go this way. We'll get better pylons later, which have much more range. Alright, let's just remove these trees because they're in the way. Iron is going to be our most valuable and used resource. We're going to be producing a ton of iron plates. Literally more than a few tons probably. Alright, let's just throw this down here and one here. So we're actually going to use both here because we're not going to need copper plates too much yet. It's a bit of a shame the power doesn't quite line up, but there we go. Alright, so let's just nick what we've got in here. We'll go throw that in those other bits because we need more conveyors. We need a lot more conveyors because we need to send all that stuff up here somehow to be smelted in our smeltery. let's see, we're at 10. How many are we producing? A lot? We're gonna need a lot more, right? It's, Alright, what we can do is we can get a little bit more automations, a few more automation set up actually. Let's throw a few more of these in here. We need much more copper plate, iron plates. Let's see. So there's a few tricks you can do with conveyors. One is to not have corners, and you can see what that's done. If I just sort of scoop all this up, which you do by holding F, by the way. Normally, if you have this, they'll follow that same path around because it's a nice corner, but if you cut that off, put one here and one like that, they'll go onto that side, this, you know, the nearest side, because there's no corner there anymore. And that's incredibly useful because you want to make use of the double bandwidth that you have here. So if you kind of getting my drift here, what we're going to do is pretty awesome. We're going to basically make this conveyor our input as well for materials. So they're going to send iron, things like that, which is pretty cool. Let's just throw a chest here. And now an interesting thing, actually that's a mistake. As we have said before, inserters always put things on the opposite side. So if I put one here like this, it's going to send things onto the other side. So let's just get some power up here. Hopefully our power situation is, yep, we're still good on power. Now let's throw all of those materials in. And there you go. What we've basically done there is made it a little bit more automated. So now we just have to chuck everything into here and it will just get smelted. And we also don't have to worry about fuel. So the interesting thing is with these inserters is obviously they put stuff always onto the opposite side of the conveyor, but they can take from both sides. So that is incredibly powerful for us. As you can see, we're producing a lot more stuff. Oh, we have run out of coal. Alright, we need to send some coal this way, I think, at some point. Boop. There we go. You can see how everything slows down once you start to have a power deficiency. We're doing alright though. So what we can actually do as well is we can send some of this coal this way, which we will do, but maybe we don't need to do that quite yet. Let's go move some more of these trees in the way. Alright, so we're getting a lot of these copper plates now. How many of these things can we have? Another 20. Alright, we're just going to keep getting those. Let's run down and see how much more iron we have from our regular burner. Quite a bit, actually. We're going to expand our smelting operation quite significantly in the near future. It's linear, so we can just keep going. I may actually move it so we go the other direction because we can expand this way, not so much towards the power station. So that might be a good idea actually to do sooner rather than later. Alright, let's focus on doing that then, because if we reverse this whole thing here, then actually let's put that back where it was. That's okay, we don't have to move that. But we can move all of these. The great thing about Factorio is you can obviously just remove anything without any consequence, apart from if you don't have the inventory space to carry the things. Let's just disconnect this and hoover up all those materials. Now we just need to reverse this line so it's going the other way. Alright, up and up. Alright, that's pretty cool. We'll just cut it off for a second so we don't have too much coal on the lines. And we'll get our smelters. There they go. Ah, here they are. Boop, boop, boop. Now I didn't actually know this, but you can build things on deposits, which is nice. Otherwise you would have to mine all the deposits away if you wanted to actually get anywhere, which is a bit of a pain. Alright, so there we go. Alright, now obviously this is all changed slightly in how it works, so we can have we can basically have our minerals coming up from here and being placed on to this this conveyor belt. Oh god, my voice is going all crazy today. I've not been feeling it so well, that's why there have been a distinct lack of videos recently. Here we go, and let's just throw this here for now. You remember they always go on the opposite side. Actually has no mean. Doesn't matter if we put them wherever. We can just sort of do this. I keep making more boxes. I didn't do that. There we go. Because this is running into this side like this, it's just going to go on that side. Nice and easy. Right, let's just get some power down here. Yeah, I can't wait until we get some better pylons. Can make this a lot easier. Oh, there we go. Production has resumed. So it's not very difficult to remove things and put things, you know, wherever. And now we have this, which will form our infrastructure for producing iron, or iron plates, or anything. Now, what I'm going to do is something which I've learnt to do over a while. Is now I'm going to have several inserters like this. And as soon as I get my next ones, I'm going to put them all along here. And one more. So what will happen is we'll actually get rid of these, because we're going to be producing so many materials that we are going to need to store them very quickly. You know, these inventories are quite large. We'll upgrade those later, but we want to just get them all to go in, and then because this will get jammed up pretty quickly. We'll overflow this very soon with just those two mills down there. We'll get our we might as well get our copper hooked up. I probably picked up a ton of copper. No? Okay, that must have run out a while ago. Alright, let's throw this somewhere that's nicer, like there. Right, there we go, whoosh, like that. Now this guy will go boop, boop, and there you go. We are now getting copper. Pretty neat. Eventually we'll have copper going in a different way, so that we'll be able to smelt it in a different line, just to make it a bit more efficient. For now it works just fine. So if we just need to get some more plates, there we go. Producing quite a few of them. We need a lot more transport belts. Just a bit more power. If we do that and start building our belts. Now, there's no diagonal with Factorio, apart from if you have trains. Unfortunately, conveyor belts cannot go diagonally, so it's just as efficient to just build it straight down and across if there's nothing in the way. Which the rock might be in the way, but it should be alright. Let's just clear the way while we get more resources. Oh yeah, we are going to be generating so much metal. If that one burner can generate that much, we're going to be getting so much. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So you can see we're already going to be producing so much, it's ridiculous. We can increase this linearly as well, so we can just keep making them. We do need to get some stone as well. I'll probably put a burner mill on a stone deposit just to generate some, just so we can just run and get some. We don't usually need stone. There we go. Only if you want to build walls, but we're not too fussed about walls right now. We're not going to be attacked until we uncover some aliens, so we'll be fine. Alright, we've got 42 more of these things. Let's get them all hooked up. There we go. Let's just work on this side a little bit. Oops. We got enough? I think we do. Maybe. Oh yeah. So now that's complete. We are using our electricity to generate our metal, and what we'll do is we'll just give that a little extra boost there. So this one will just be for copper and these ones will be for iron. So you can see already we have a huge amount going in. This is why we need this buffer zone, because we are going to be producing way too much. And we're actually going to need a vast amount of copper as well. So you're already producing so much stuff. We need to probably upgrade this to an iron chest, I think. There we go. We'll just make sure we keep about 100 plates of each type on us at all times. It's useful for crafting. Look at this, we are doing so good. We are getting so much stuff so quickly. I'm going to run off now and get some more stone, so we can just expand our operations quite significantly, as you can see. So we didn't actually have to visit down there anymore to get any of this iron. It's just all going to come up. We can do all of our work here now without having to run around the place. You can see how quickly you can get automated. It doesn't take a lot of effort to get to this level, which is definitely appreciated. So one thing you can do, if you right click when you're crafting, you will craft 5 of that thing, which is nice. It looks like as well we're starting to get into the power deficiency levels, because we're running all these mills which use up 90 kilowatts and these use up 40 or so kilowatts. We're generating a lot of stuff. But it's all in the name of automation. It's going to be even worse when we run out of fuel. So are we running at, so we're not running at full performance, probably because this one, yeah, our water temperature is only 80. So we can produce a few more of these boilers. What we'll do is we'll rip this up and we'll just chuck more of these boilers in. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And boom. And we just chuck some fuel in these. There you go. You'll see that only the ones which actually need to be used will light up. So eventually when these ones run out of fuel, and I inevitably forget to fill them up, these ones will start using their fuel to power the place. So it's actually quite a good little fallback. Eventually we'll have that, obviously have that all automated, so we don't have to worry about it. But for now, it's, yeah, we're just about doing all right. Now you can see we have a massive amount of iron being generated. And it's kind of taking over our conveyor belt entirely, which is not always a good thing. But we'll just have to deal with it for now. Hopefully we can just expand our operation like this. And what we're going to do, I'm just going to ignore that. We're going to... No, I won't do that. I need more of these things. We actually need more of these as well. Oh no, 17 of them. That's enough. go. Right, we're going to send all of our product down. For now, we're just going to use regular old inserter to chuck them into a chest. But we will eventually split them up into each group, so we'll have one for copper plates, one for iron plates, and so on. We'll just make us a little bit more organized. Produce some more of these guys. Get some more power in there. It's a bit of a shame we can't cover the whole thing so easily. But what are we gonna do? Alright, so now we just need to unlock. Stop that from doing that, and away it goes. And then we have increased our production more than doubled, so let's just move this here. Now obviously a little bit of a problem is going to be this guy, because he's not going to be able to move everything, and we've actually doubled our production, but we haven't doubled our fill rate, I suppose. So let's just get as many of those as we can. We'll just do this. Oops, there we go. These electric poles are cheap, so we just do that, and there we go. So now we've got a lot of, it should be faster, I think, than what we have. I don't think we need an equivalent amount. We just need enough to push all that stuff in. So there we go. We have automated a mass amount of automated mineral smelting and production. So we have all of our major minerals being collected and sent to us at our new factory, and our coal situation is doing pretty well. We'll probably set up a dedicated one next episode to go straight to this. But in the next episode, I think we're probably going to get into research, and I'll show you exactly what that's all about. And we should have all the materials we need, absolutely, by that time. Yeah, absolutely. I may just sit here and wait for resources to build up in the meantime, off camera, or off recording, just so you guys aren't waiting around too much for me to collect resources. But yeah, so there you go. This has been Big Tool Bill. I've been Big Tool Bill. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.